When a person is looking for stability and guidance, وَلَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي كَبَدٍ, and we are created in toil. Most people are just going to toil in the hamster wheel until they meet their end. But when you're looking for something stable and serene, you need two proper ingredients. Number one, anchoring the heart in something that is real, in something that is meaningful, in something that is consistent, in something that is fulfilling, in something that does not change, and that can withstand any storm. You know, if you're in a storm, but you have a stronger center of gravity, you'll still feel the rain, but it won't take you and swoop you away. So it can withstand any storm because it's anchored in something so real, so consistent, and practiced with dhikr, practiced with the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to put it at ease. That is its constant anchoring on a daily basis. If you have that, and then you create the right environment around yourself to stabilize and to maintain stability, then you have that peace that people are looking for. And this is true, subhanAllah, on an individual level, on a family level, on a community level. Let's break it down a bit. The Prophet ﷺ said about the heart, that the heart is karrisha, it's like a feather. يُقَلِّبُهَا الرِّيَاحِ, the winds blow it around from place to place. And so you don't want to put even a heart that is at peace and a heart that is tranquil in a desert with strong wind. You don't want to put wind around you, turbulence around you on purpose, create that turbulence, because eventually if the turbulence gets too strong, it's going to make the heart shift, because that's the nature of the heart. يُقَلِّبُهَا الرِّيَاحِ, it gets turned over by the wind. So you ask yourself, what am I anchoring my heart in? And then what am I exposing it to? What am I anchoring myself in? And what type of environment am I putting myself in? If I have my heart anchored in something meaningful, and I have my hand grabbing onto something consistent and trustworthy, al-urwatul wuthqa, then I'll never be lost. You can literally cast this image across every single layer of self and society. We see what a turbulent society looks like, that has no consistent sense of value, that has no consistent morality, that prides itself on fluidity, and seeks happiness through different material things and changing trends on a regular basis, and then sells you the next thing to fulfill you when you've been unfulfilled by that trend. You see what the chaos that comes about in a society, the chaos that comes about in a family, when people get tired of each other, when people don't have anything that anchors the household and keeps the household together. Nothing is binding it together. You have a bunch of individuals living under one roof, but every individual is within its individualistic pursuit of happiness and is being sold a new wind, a new handhold, a new drug to settle the heart, until eventually it ends up nowhere and the household shatters. What do we anchor ourselves in? What's the consistency that we have? What do we expose our hearts to on a regular basis? SubhanAllah, even the most pious person is not told to go to filthy places. Why? Because eventually it'll affect you. When the Prophet ﷺ was giving these narrations about the good friend and the bad friend, yes, it applies to the entirety of the ummah of Muhammad ﷺ, and there's benefit and value in that. But can you imagine who he was talking to when he was giving those ahadith? He's sitting with the greatest human beings that have ever walked collectively on the face of the earth. He's talking to them, and by extension us, and we might think to ourselves, like, how is it that this even resonates with them? But they were hyper-vigilant on how to anchor the heart and how to not expose their hearts to things that would cause them to be lost.